Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Hunter x Hunter. It is episode 58 and as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses, dot parts with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. To those that came back, welcome back. That was a really good episode. I really enjoyed it because it showed that, as harsh that may be, there are similarities between those two groups, the troop and our group of friends, which by now is like 5, right? It seems like Melody is staying at least for a while. I would really like her to stay longer than just this arc, just saying. So let's see. The main thing, the big thing here in this episode is that Kurapika kind of was able to remove the head from the spider. He did not kill, and we now know that this was very important for his friends. But he kind of made him immobile. Immobile would be wrong. Inefficient. He took his powers away. So Frollo is not allowed to use Nen, which is a major thing, and he's not allowed to have contact to spiders, to group members, which is a big thing as well, because they cannot follow him, because that would endanger him as well. At least they cannot follow him directly, right? And he cannot go to them asking for help. The good thing, however, is that the spiders know about this now. And this is something that really stands out in this episode. If the other spiders would not have this major information, he cannot use Nan, and we are not allowed to meet with him. He's not allowed to meet with us. He has a chain around or inside his heart, and he will die if he doesn't do as he was told to do. Without this information, they would be gone. Additionally, they had like no information about Kurapika. They had no information about what was happening in the other group, right? And at least in the background, about Kurapika's feelings. That he, as it seems, really wants to rescue his friends. Those are major things. And it is about information and misinformation. And if they did not know that, they would have been screwed. Seriously, they would have possibly attacked someone in the future or just waited endlessly now. But they got this information, and as I said, that's a major thing. They got it because, it got shot into them. 6 bullets at the time, which by the way means that there are some group members who may have now heard about it, being told about it, but did not experience like those 6 did. So Pakunoda really stood up for the team, stood up for her friend, the boss. I mean, it's camaraderie, but I think it's way major. It was friendship there from her part, and she was willing to die for it because she knew she would. That is a big sacrifice. Seriously, that is a major sacrifice she did there. So, once again, I have to say that the troop is so interesting, is so nicely designed. They are not just enemies, right? They really have their own agendas, their own connections with each other. They may be major evil guys, but they are still having, at least some of them, positive parts like friendship and camaraderie between each other. It's nice to see that, because I think even in real life there is no such thing as a completely evil person. Even the most evil persons had friends, had loves, had some kind of relationships and things they did positively. Not just the big ones, right? So it was good, really good. So the conditions for Krollo I already stated. The conditions for Pakunoda, I mean, we did kind of see the results, right? We had a short moment where it seemed like there would be spiders versus spiders, And I like that Franklin stood up because he is very silent all over the series until now. He's just, the big gun, the big muscle, but not really much of a talker yet. But he put it on a point, to the point. It does not matter what's going on. The major thing that Curlo would be dissatisfied or shaken about is if the spiders would break up, and fighting against each other is that. So let them go. Trust each other. That's the major thing here. Do the spiders trust each other? I mean, we know that there's one of them who played the wrong game, Hisoka, right? But apart from that, they really tried to work with each other. We may have found out a little problem of one of the spiders about the phone when they threw it around. What was his name? Schalnard? I might be wrong here. I'm not sure, but I think it was Schalnard, the one that uses the phone. Was majorly upset and I think a bit frightened. So it is his phone, but I think he needs it to use his abilities. I'm pretty sure he could recreate another one, but it's good to know that if you want to take him out, possibly the phone is the key, which makes sense. I mean, his abilities were always around the phone in many ways. And then we have Greed Island going on, so 80% chance, and they kind of stumbled into the spiders again. Which was interesting, because there's this weird moment, and they did not kill them, they did not take them hostage, they did, I mean, kind of just talk, right? I think they kind of realized in this moment when they had followed them and trapped them that they wouldn't do anything. The spiders are aware now due to Pakunoda that they cannot kill them. They cannot kill the chain user because they possibly may need him to either lift this curse, or that it is dangerous if they kill him, and that is a new thing. Because Nen exists after death, which I kind of guessed already, because we have seen stuff that is imbued with Nen, and it would be kind of weird if you buy something like that is imbued with Nen or created using Nen as example, and if the creator dies, this thing falls apart. That would be kind of crappy, right? No one would buy it because just saying you buy some clothing that is imbued with Nen and to look more shiny, as example, right? And you buy it for major amounts of money, and next day the creator gets run over by a car, and you just have filthy garbage instead. That would really, really be problematic. So I think there are some techniques to lengthen the that Nen stays, and I remember that we had this I think it was a ring that Gon got, and some other the cassette or cassette player, we are not sure, right? But I think it was a cassette that was imbued as well, and or this something was knotted with a tie. I mean, you remember this scene, right? There was something like a band that was imbued with Nen, and I think they talked about that stuff like that can hold quite a long while. So there are options. That is one side. Kurapika did not do anything like that, but they reflected on the problem that if an Nen user dies, then his Nen may go haywire, especially if it is a Nen user that was filled with anger and hatred, and then the Nen might strike against those ones he hated, and thus his Nen is right now piercing the heart of Crollo, and Crollo is not able and allowed to use Nen. That would very likely kill him in this moment. So that's why they will not go after Kurapika, because they're afraid to lose their leader, who is at least still alive now. He himself is moving east because he knew that somewhere in the east he has to go. That's interesting because it may really help him. And the others, I don't know if they know about his prophecy. I think he taught them about his prophecy. And the others will possibly try to find him. And, as it was told now, there are Nen users out there who can remove stuff like that. So they will try to find one and then help the boss. Because as long as this user is not member of the spiders, he can just approach Chrollo and say, hey, let me help you with something, right? Isn't it weird that although they are the enemies, I kind of root for them. I really like them. They're really good at characters. Last but not least, there was some fighting in between them. Sure, some who thought negatively now had to rethink it. I liked the ending of Pakunoda wants to thank you. So she kind of realized that there may be similarities between them and the troop, but not all members of the troop, because they're different, right? I mean, yeah, wants to thank you because Gon and Killua kind of said, he's our friend, so we don't want him to kill, and that possibly saved Chrollo's life, and that was important for her. That's why she is thanking. But the other thing is Hisoka. Seriously. I mean, there was a moment, and the face, you know, right? Like, what? So you're waiting long time, you sneak in, you try everything. All the build-up he did, all the setup and the spying and lying and hiding and using whatever he's able to get this moment of loneliness with Chrollo to kill him. And then Chrollo is not able to really fight him. That, I'm not sure, but it may very well be that he's a slightly bit upset with Kurapika. We will see in the future. No question. Once Chrollo gets his powers back, and I think he will follow him again, but this time Chrollo knows he's coming, so it's a bit more problematic now. But it was a nice little sting into the back of Hisoka there, and I'm pretty sure he did not like that. It was good. Will he stay with the spiders now or not? I'm not sure. I mean, he could have reattached the spider tattoo. But thus Pakunoda shot all her information into the others. I'm pretty sure that they will know about Hisoka now. And he did not arrive in the camp with her, as far as I've seen. So I guess he left and goes his own ways. I don't think the spiders will follow him because they clearly have more major things to deal with now. But they will not forget that, I guess. That's it from me this time. I hope you enjoyed. I did for sure. Until the next time, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.